Hello Mila, hello Jack. Hello everybody else who's watching, and welcome to Storytime with Grandad. Today's book is called The Mean Team from Mars. It was Tuesday. The Arden under-8s were training for their big match against the team from Skelly Hall. Rory went in to tackle, and Mr. Mint blew his whistle. That was a really nasty tackle, Rory. I won't stand for that. Rory spent the rest of the match standing on the touchline. The next Tuesday, Rory got into trouble again. And again, the Tuesday after that. The following week, Rory kicked one of the other players. Mr. Mint blew his whistle so hard it made Rory's ears rattle. Mr. Mint reached into his pocket and brought out a real red card. You're one of my best players, Rory, but you must learn to behave on the pitch. A red card means you get sent off. Sorry, Mr. Mint. If you don't behave during the match on Saturday, you'll be out of the team for good. At last, the day of the big match came. Rory laid out his kit on his bed. I'll have to behave myself. If I do anything silly, I'll get a red card. His mum put her head around the door. You can't sit there until kick-off time. OK. Come with me to the market. The market was busy. Rory's mum went off to buy vegetables. Rory had saved up £9.50 and he looked around for something to buy. That looks cool. Arden United Football Club duvet cover. How much is this, please? For you, young sir, £9.50. Rory pulled out his wallet. I've got the exact money. Well, the duvet cover was meant for you. When you slip under this tonight, you'll dream that you are Arden's star player and you'll score 3 goals. You won't regret buying this, sir. Rory was feeling very pleased with himself until he met his mum. Oh, Rory, not more of that stuff. You're not wasting your money on that. We'll take it back. Rory took her to the place where he had bought the duvet cover, but the stall wasn't there. That's funny. It's vanished. Oh, never mind, said his mum. Let's go home. Back home, Rory rushed to his room with his new duvet cover. He had a collection of Arden United things. He had Arden United curtains, Arden United pens and pencil case. He had Arden United rug and towel. He even had Arden United underpants. He had an Arden United duvet cover. Now he had an Arden United duvet cover. He pulled the cover out of the packet and spread it on the bed. It was amazing. There was the Arden United pitch laid out in front of him. He was very excited. He took a deep breath and jumped onto the pitch. Rory didn't land on a soft duvet on top of a soft bed. His new duvet cover seemed to be hard as a football pitch. Rory sat up. There was real grass under his hands and a real grandstand in front of him. He was right in the middle of Arden United football ground. There was something strange about the place. He looked up and saw what it was. The whole football patch was covered by a glass roof. Then he saw the date above the scoreboard. When I jumped on my duvet, I jumped 100 years into the future. Rory began to panic. How was he going to get back to his own time? Hi there. Rory turned around. I'm Skrecky, said a voice. I'm Rory. He saw a boy of his own age, but the boy was green and had 4 arms and 4 legs. Do you fancy a kick around? Yes, sure, said Rory. Skrecky and Rory kicked the ball to one another as they ran down the pitch. Are you from Earth? Yes, said Rory. I'm from the planet Marzipack, but I've lived on Earth since I was 2 years old. You're good with the ball, said Rory. So are you. We could do with you in our team, said Skrecky. Just then, somebody else came onto the pitch. It's Mr. Mig, our trainer, said Skrecky. Mr. Mig came across to Rory. Who are you? He said. I'm Rory. I'm in the under-8s team, said Rory. I don't know you, said Mr. Mig. That's because I jumped on a duvet and travelled through time. Mr. Mig gave Rory a funny look. Duvet? What's he on about? Said Mr. Mig. Mr. Mig, he dies off sick. Rory could play in his place, said Skrecky. Yes, I'd really like to, said Rory. I don't know about that. I haven't seen you play or how you behave, said Mr. Mig. He's really good, Mr. Mig, said Skrecky. And I'll behave really well. And I'll behave, I really will, said Rory. OK, the Mars North School under-8s will be here soon. You can play, said Mr. Mig. Yes, said Skrecky and Rory. The glass roof above the stadium opened. A spaceship came through slowly. It came down and landed on the pitch. It's the away team's bus, said Skrecky. The doors of the bus opened. The Mars North School got out and walked into the changing room. Rory's eyes almost fell out of his head. If these kids were the under-8s, he was in for a hard match. Skrecky saw Rory stare at the visiting team. Mars North is a boarding school. The pupils come from all over the galaxy, said Skrecky. Come on, we'll find you some kit, he said. The game began. Rory and Skrecky did well. They were small and nimble. They ran rings around the Drubonians and the Plutonians and even the Swarling in goal. Then Rory had a little trouble from the Belovian. Rory fell to the ground. Ow, my knee! The referee blew his whistle. A big red card began to flash above the stadium. Something very strange happened next. A long tube came down from the top of the stadium. A voice boomed out, Mars North School number 2, to the sin bin. And the Belovian was sucked up like a bit of fluff into a hoover. Remind me not to get a red card, said Rory. Just after Rory scored his 3rd goal, the final whistle went. The final score came up on the scoreboard. Arden Earthings under-8s, 5. Mars North School under-8s, 1. The team began to walk off the pitch. Rory and Skrecky gave a big leap of joy. Rory landed hard for the 2nd time that day. It was his bedroom floor. Ouch! Skrecky landed on top of him. Ouch! Wow, is this your room? How do we get here? Said Skrecky. It's my duvet cover. It makes me travel through time when I jump. You were holding on to me, so you came too, said Rory. Just then, Rory saw the time on his clock beside his bed. Help, I'm going to be late for the match, he said. What match? Said Skrecky. The Ardens under-8s match, said Rory. But we've just played it, said Skrecky. Not that match. Rory pointed to his Arden United calendar. We've travelled back to my time, so the match is still to start. Ow! Rory clasped his knee. The tackle from the big Belovian had made it really sore. I don't think you can play, said Skrecky, but I've got to. I could play in your place, said Skrecky. I don't think you could do that, said Rory. Why not? You did me a favour. I'll do you a favour in return. Rory looked at Skrecky up and down. There's one small problem, he said. Skrecky needed a disguise. Rory thought about it. Some of his mum's face powder made Skrecky less green. Skrecky hid a pair of arms under his shirt. Jogging pants hid his legs well. Skrecky's feet were small. Rory's feet were big. Skrecky squeezed his 4 feet into Rory's boots. At last, Skrecky was ready. You'll pass, I hope. Come on, it's not far. The 2 boys sneaked out of the back door. At the football ground, Rory saw Skrecky staring at the pitch. I'm afraid we're not allowed to play on Arden United's pitch. Skrecky stared at the visiting team. What, no Drabonians or Belovians? Rory kept out of sight. Skrecky ran onto the pitch at the last moment. Mr. Mint didn't notice anything strange. No red card, Rory, he said. He started the game with a whistle. Skrecky ran rings around the team from Skellyhole. He scored 4 goals. As soon as the game was over, Rory and Skrecky made their getaway. Back in Rory's room, they did a dance of victory. Skrecky jumped and fell on the bed and vanished. Rory's mum put her head around the door. Mr. Mint is downstairs. He wants a word with you, she said. Mr. Mint was all smiles. That was a great game you played, Rory. Thanks, said Rory. You were all over the place. It was as if you had 4 legs. Oops, thought Rory. And not a single red card, said Mr. Mint. Never again, said Rory. Mr. Mint went away and Rory ran upstairs. He just had to tell Skrecky what had happened. He could jump onto his duvet and into the future for just a minute. But the duvet cover wasn't there. Just then he heard his mum call him. He ran downstairs. His mum had just emptied the washing machine. It's your new duvet cover, look. All the colours have run. Cheap rubbish, she said. Rory shrugged. He wouldn't be doing any more time travel, that was for sure. But I've still got the Arden United kit of the future for my collection, he said. The end. Goodbye, Mila. Goodbye, Jack. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.